Hi all, this is Ashish Kyal here from Wave Strategy Advisors, and welcome again. I have preponed today's session from Friday to Thursday because market has actually arrived at a very important juncture, and I thought it is better to probably talk when the markets are at an important level. So on downside, over past few days, we have seen that Nifty has continued to drift lower. However, one important thing to observe in this entire movement was the move on the downside has been in an overlapping fashion. Like we discussed even last time, very important tops are formed when we see a violent move in the opposite direction. So far, we have not witnessed any such violency in the downtrend, except that about 2 days back there was a sharp move on downside, but there was no follow-up action even yesterday or today. So that clearly showed that there is some kind of an halt after a sharp move, and we are again attempting to probably retrace back on the higher side. So this overall structure has been in an expanding pattern, and one important observation that one can derive is by using channels and RSI. So today's session, I am going to discuss about how to use that indicator like RSI and combine with channels in order to understand what is the overall maturity of the trend of the market is. And also we will be looking at how we can look at the daily chart and then go on to an hourly chart to understand whether that indicator is making any sense on an hourly chart as well, and whether the channels have to be changed on an hourly chart. So first thing, let me open up my screen. Let's discuss about Nifty on the daily chart and try to see where markets are right now, and what is the expected outcome looking at the indicators and channeling technique. So if you can see my screen over here, this is on the wavestrategy.com website. There is a chart page on the charts. You can draw any of the charts. You can search whatever index or stocks you want. Over here there is a search box. Also on the right hand side you can see the watch list. If you click on any of the index, that stock chart will automatically open. Over here you can scroll on the right, you can select the sectors as well and probably plot sector charts as well. So first thing over here, if you look at this chart, this is Nifty, and by looking at the Nifty chart, you can clearly see that over probably past 8 to 9 days, markets have been drifting and drifting lower. It made a top somewhere around 9270 levels. It came close to 9080. If you remember, 9080 has been a very important level we have been talking about for quite some time, and also mentioning in our daily research report. So after touching 9080, we are already seeing some kind of a positive attempt. And in today's session, after probably many days, we are seeing a close above the prior bars high, which indicates that the downtrend is definitely not happening in this particular move. Nevertheless, another important observation, if you look at RSI, now in this entire up move, which started from 7,900 odd levels, the entire move on the upside, RSI had been moving absolutely well. However, for the first time it had happened that prices are managing to make new highs, which was at 9270 and above the high of this bar. However, RSI made a lower high. This is a classical negative divergence that you would see, and many of the technical analysts or many of the traders go short absolutely by just looking at divergence. Do not do that, because indicators are always secondary. Price confirmation is extremely important, because divergence means that there is loss of momentum on the upside, but it does not mean that prices are going to reverse sharply. So what we are observing here is the move on the downside has been in an overlapping fashion, and if you follow Elliott wave or Neo wave, you'll understand that there is no violency in this down move, which indicates that there is still one leg which might be pending on the upside. And there is a possibility when price start moving up again, we might start seeing a third divergence on the chart of RSI. So RSI is providing a very classical warning sign for the maturity of the trend which started from 7900. So the trend on the upside looks very mature. Nevertheless, there is no negative confirmation yet, I would say. We are yet to see break below the important support levels, which has not happened. And the gap area over here is also still not filled completely. So that is a very, very important area. This zone is very important support zone. And as long as prices do not confirm we might start seeing again a drift on the upside, but the momentum is going to be slower this time because we are probably, as per Elliott wave pattern, we are in the diametric pattern. You can find detailed Elliott wave count in the daily research report. So this is one observation by looking at the RSI. Also, if you look at RSI, for the first time, this value is touched towards 50 level. Earlier, this 50 level was seen when the rally was just starting. This is a daily chart. So this is another very important observation, that RSI has come down towards 50, which was not seen previously, which means that there is some kind of a distribution which is happening right now, and some steam is still left because prices are not confirming. So in order not to confuse yourself, there is no negative confirmation yet on a daily scale from medium term perspective, but there is that negative divergence which indicates that the momentum on the upside is going to slow down further from here. Prices are going to just drift on the upside, and the strength is going to be lesser. That is one very important observation for a trader to know. Now let's go down on an hourly scale and try to see if we are able to see some kind of a initial warning signal on an hourly scale as well, or there is some kind of a supporting activity which is coming out on the hourly scale. So if you can see my screen, this is an hourly Nifty chart, and you can see here on an hourly scale, prices are moving between these two parallel lines. So drawing the channel is the first important thing that one should do. Another important thing is, if I have to understand the ongoing down move, I need to connect the highs here. So if I connect the highs, and let me change the color of this specific down move in the expanding pattern, and I connect the lows here. So if I connect the lows and the highs, I can clearly see this is some kind of an expanding triangle pattern which is ongoing on Nifty, and the movement which was there yesterday towards the lower level of 9075 was exactly at the juncture of this red trend line and the blue trend line. Now always remember, a juncture of red and blue trend line means that there is an intersection of channel. An intersection of channel is again a very important point that one should always keep in mind. So at the intersection of channel, the low was formed, and then there was a sudden reversal on the upside. So this clearly indicates that if you are probably short, this is not the zone. You should not go short at this zone. And at the same time, you have to remember that this down move, as I'm saying, has been in an overlapping fashion. This entire move on the downside has been completely in an overlapping fashion, which confirms to our expectation that the medium term uptrend, there might be still one more leg which is pending, and there is a possibility we might start seeing some positive attempt over next few days or weeks. So internal counts of these down move is not disclosed here. You can find it in our daily research report, financial wave short term update, where the internal movements of each and every move has been captured and labeled very clearly. So what the takeaway from here is, on the daily scale, if you look at the chart, you will be able to see the negative divergence on the daily scale. At the same time, if you are looking at an hourly scale, you are seeing that there is some kind of a supporting activity. Now these are certain contradictory indicators, which means that markets probably are going to have one final push on the upside, but that is going to again produce a third divergence, and then after that happens, then probably the trend which started from 7900 towards the level of 9270 is going to complete. So and this movement has been accurately to the way we have represented in the monthly research report, the financial wave monthly update. If you can refer that research, we forecasted on 3rd of this month how the movement is going to be throughout the month, and to the point, markets have behaved exactly in the same fashion. So it's an amazing experience to see how it behaved, and you can get your copy from wavestrategy.com. So over here, in a nutshell, look forward for plotting the indicators. Always try to plot channels, as many channels as you want. You can post your doubts or queries or your charts, your findings on our traders forum at wavestrategy.com, and everyone can collaboratively learn from your experience as well. So that's it from my side, and hope this session helped in understanding what is how the RSI is looking right now, and how channels are plotted on Nifty within the expanding triangle pattern as well. Great. See you again next week on Friday. we preponed this session today because markets are at an important juncture, reverse from an important juncture. That's why. And see you again. Have a happy weekend. Thank you very much.